history of being in the only industry in the United States whose pay has not increased. In 30 years, our pay has not increased. Everything around us has, and we are stuck with our money being worth less and less, and less and less. Fuel goes up, cost of living goes up, the parts on this truck go up, the cost of a truck goes up. The toll roads keep going up. Everything goes up, but what it goes up with everything for most people is what they get paid to help counter inflation, but not us. And that's the bigger underlying issue. If we were getting paid a fair rate to begin with, maybe the brokers wouldn't feel like they had to keep 60, 70% of the money that's supposed to be coming to us, because all of the expenses that have to be paid, I'm not talking personal expenses like houses, car payments, none of that. I'm talking about the cost of operating this truck, to operate it and take a load, to be able to make money to pay your personal bills. Just the cost of maintenance. The cost of having an MC number or being leased to another company, you have to pay them a percentage. There's the cost of fuel, there's the cost of tolls, breakdown expenses. All of that comes out of that little tiny bit that we're left with. And what does that actually leave us with? Very little. And right now it could be very well be zero or less. People would rather lose a little bit than hemorrhage. Because if they just sit around, they don't take loads, they still got overhead. They've still got bills that they have to pay. So it may not be an option to actually just take loads and turn a little bit of a profit. And that doesn't account for the mileage and the wear and tear. A little bit of a profit is not going to cover my breakdown when I break down, and I will. God bless everyone. I hope. I'm crying out for the North here, okay? This is coming from a truck driver in the metaphorical South of 2020 as a slave operator in the trucking industry. And I'm begging whoever might be up in the North, whoever has power and authority and moral justice, please help us fight for our rights, our liberty, and our freedom. We are slaves. And a lot of us are slave operators, not owner operators. A lot of us are losing what we have because we can't keep up. And no one cares because we all have different colors of skin. So it's not racism. Then what is it? It's discrimination. And we are being driven like slaves, and we're being given slave wages, and we're being told to shut up and deal with it. Or become a broker and start robbing people yourself. You don't want to be a slave? Then start cracking the whip. Be a slave owner. That's what you should do. That's the advice that I've heard off YouTube from brokers who have posted videos. You think you're being treated unfairly? Come live in the big house with us. You can start telling the other slaves how much to eat, what they can eat, when they can afford to eat, when they can take a break. Tell them to be happy that they're sleeping on a bed of straw and there's a roof over their head. And you know what? When something happens to you and you can't work, I don't know, how long is it? bad for you, too bad, so sad. That's basically the sentiment I'm getting here. So, for those in power, if you care, it's time to take a look at this situation. Help us fight for our own freedom.